Welcome to the James Bennett Community Collection Manager demonstration. The James Bennett Community Collection Manager came out of a process which saw libraries requesting a piece of software that would enable them to manage patron requests in a more efficient way. So first of all, what you do is you sign in, and the patron signs in with their barcode number. This is linked via an API to the library management system, and so all of the details that are recorded in the Community Collection Manager are recorded in your library management system. And as you can see, there are carousels of books that appear and filters on the left-hand side, so you can filter out the books which are publishing and have been published by fiction, non-fiction, science fiction, etc. The patron, all they have to do is click on the book, and they can look at the book. They can place a reserve. They place a reserve when the information comes back here, which says that there are already 2 copies that have been ordered, and the API has checked your library management system to see what's on order. So they can then place a reserve. Once they've placed a reserve, that title has been reserved for them. So closing that, and you can see that a banner then appears on the right hand corner there that says 1 reserve here. If the title hasn't been ordered, they can also recommend the title for purchase. So they've recommended this particular title for purchase, and it will go into the background as well as a recommended title for purchase. Now, all of this information is recorded in James Bennett Online, which is here. And when you log into James Bennett Online, there's a tab up the top called CCM. Community Collection Manager. Open that, and you will see that these are the titles that have been ordered or requested by the patrons, I should say. We can do a number of things here. We can look at the information on each title, so we can see the number of recommendations, we can see the number of reservations. You can set information about how many requests, obviously in your library management system, how many requests have to be made before a purchase is made. So then you can decide to select the titles that you want. So I want this title here, I want to select it and then order it. Or I can select all of the titles. Some libraries like to purchase all of the patron requests and then order all of the titles. So order here. If you don't want to order these titles through James Bennett, that's fine. You can send an email list to yourself. That email list will be a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet, you can determine what you want to do with that spreadsheet. Now, getting back to the the Community Collections Manager, so you've got the ability to search various types of titles. There is 9 months worth of titles in here, 3 months pre-pub, 6 months post-pub. You can also search for titles. So if we choose to search for a title, we can search for Harry Potter, for instance, and see what's publishing, if there's anything at all publishing. And there are 3 new books that are publishing for Harry Potter, which is great. So if you like, you can select that author, and then that will come up with other titles in that might be published by that particular author. So Rowling, Gravett and Emily. So if there are other titles that are not available in any of the carousels, the patron can then click and specify another title through a form. So here's a form they can fill in, and we can process these requests at James Bennett for a small fee, or you can choose to process those yourself. The patron can also check their activity, and here's the activity for this specific patron. So there are 4 books here. There's 1 reserved and 3 recommended titles. So So the reservation will be available as soon as it comes into the library for that particular person. The recommended titles is where the library will choose to decide what they're going to do with those specific titles. So that's a basic overview of the Community Collections Manager. There is one other thing which I was going to show you, which is the report that comes out at the end of each week. And you can see that there is a report here on the titles that have been ordered, the category of titles, what sort of use is happening, the patron actions, and then the patron activity. And you can see these are the patron barcode numbers over here. All of that information comes to you weekly. You can choose to do with that what you want. We don't. There isn't an automated email that is sent out to the patrons, so you will have to notify the patrons about the availability, etc. As I said before, that's it for the moment on the Community Collections Manager, and I hope that you found that interesting.